Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a homeowner gearing up to budget for new carpet in 2025, you are in exactly the right place. Buying carpet isn't just about picking out a nice color or a soft texture. It's actually a major financial commitment. So today, we're taking the often confusing world of flooring estimates and turning it into your ultimate financial survival guide. We're going to uncover the real numbers, expose the hidden installation traps that honestly most people don't see coming, and make absolutely sure that every single dollar you spend adds lasting value to your home.
Okay, let's dive into this. Our roadmap for today is pretty straightforward. First, we'll break down those 2025 costs, then we'll expose some incredibly costly installation mistakes. After that, we'll talk about choosing the right foundational materials, and finally, we'll cover exactly how to protect your warranty so your investment is safe. So, starting with our 2025 carpet cost breakdown, because before we can protect our investment, we really need to establish our financial baseline.
Let's look at what you can expect to pay right now for 1,000 square feet of carpet across major residential brands. The variance here is just wild. A brand like Foss holds really steady right around $1,695 across the board. But then look at Shaw. You might enter at roughly $2,000, but high-end options can absolutely skyrocket to over $7,000. So what's driving this massive gap? Well, beyond just the brand name, fiber types play a huge role. Synthetic fibers like nylon are incredibly durable, but definitely sit on the higher end of the pricing spectrum. Olefin, on the other hand, is generally used in commercial or more budget-friendly residential spaces. Basically, your lifestyle dictates the fiber, and that fiber dictates your baseline cost.
Now hold that material cost in the back of your head for a second, because here's the next piece of the puzzle. $1 to $3. That is the 2025 national average for labor costs per square foot. But here's the absolute most important takeaway. This number is literally just for installing the new carpet. It does not include ripping out and hauling away your old carpet, which can easily slap another $100 to $300 onto your bill, and it definitely doesn't include replacing your baseboards or upgrading the underlayment padding. And this brilliantly illustrates the final math. When we combine the material and the labor for that typical 1,000 square foot space, you're looking at a total average cost of nearly $5,000. And for high-end installations, you're easily clearing $7,500. This right here anchors us to reality. We aren't just buying a rug, we're making a major structural investment in our homes.
Which brings us to our second section, costly installation mistakes. It's time to talk about the hidden risks that can completely destroy this investment.
Naturally, seeing thousands of dollars in labor costs, a lot of homeowners ask, can I just install this myself and save a few grand? The direct answer? Well, it depends entirely on what you bought. If you picked up carpet tiles, absolutely, go for it. They're incredibly DIY friendly. But if you bought broadloom carpet, the standard massive rolls that cover a whole room, the answer is a resounding no. Broadloom requires highly specialized, expensive tools and real professional skills. Trying to DIY broadloom is just a fast track to disaster. And here's why. If you hire a budget installer who cuts corners, or you try to do it yourself without the right gear, it probably won't look bad on day one. But look at this timeline of failure. At 6 months, you'll start feeling these soft little ripples forming down your high-traffic hallways. At 1 year, those seams you swore were invisible will start peeking up and casting ugly shadows in the afternoon light. By year 3, the carpet on your stairs will feel dangerously loose, and the fibers will look like they've been there a decade. A bad installation slowly, silently ruins a beautiful carpet.
So, the crucial point is this. Let's say you invest $10,000 total in a premium flooring project. A professional installation means that carpet lasts 15 to 20 years, right? That makes your effective cost roughly $500 to $1,000 a year. But a budget installation? It's going to fail in 3 to 5 years, which means you're now effectively paying over $3,000 a year because you have to rip it all up and start over. Cheaping out on labor actually triples your annual flooring cost.
So how do these failures actually happen mechanically? Well, the number one culprit is what's known in the industry as the knee kicker trap. A knee kicker is this small hand tool that budget installers use to quickly just sort of shove the carpet to the wall, but it only provides localized tension. To prevent those awful ripples, your installer absolutely must use a power stretcher. It's a large, expensive tool that creates drum-tight tension across the entire room. Other massive failures include neglecting the subfloor, like installing right over hidden moisture on a concrete slab, which practically guarantees mold and adhesive failure, or lazy seam placement. When installers drop seams right in the middle of your sightlines just because it was easier for them to cut?
All right, moving to section 3, choosing the right materials. Because fantastic labor still requires the right foundational components. Don't compromise here. Here's the secret. Even a master installer is going to fail if they're forced to use the wrong foundational components. You have to demand material matching. Far too often, budget installers will just use whatever generic mismatched materials they happen to have bouncing around in the back of their van, and that is a recipe for premature crushing and separated seams. You really need high-density foam specifically for your stairs, moisture-resistant padding for basement concrete, tack strips properly sized for your specific carpet pile, and high-quality heat-bonded tape for those seams. Every single layer matters.
Now, what's really interesting about this is seeing exactly what top-tier material specifications look like. Take this Henry 430 adhesive, for example. Yes, it's technically for vinyl tiles rather than carpet, but the logic applies universally. Look at these specs. A 24-hour working time, giving the installer flexibility to get it right, extreme moisture resistance up to 90% relative humidity, and a safe, solvent-free latex base. When you or your contractor are selecting adhesives or tapes for your flooring, this is the exact level of premium quality and transparency you should be demanding.
And I've got a fantastic insider tip for you regarding pressure-sensitive adhesives and materials. Only products manufactured in the USA carry the Floor Score certification. This is a crucial detail to verify if you care about indoor air quality and want to ensure that the chemical materials brought into your home have been rigorously tested and are actually safe for your family to breathe around.
Finally, let's head into Section 4, Protecting Your Warranty. This is all about securing your investment for the long term. Because the ultimate goal isn't just having a floor that looks good today. It's keeping the manufacturer's warranty fully intact for the next 10 to 20 years. And let me tell you, manufacturer warranties are incredibly strict. They are essentially looking for reasons to deny claims. Did you know that using an unapproved floor cleaner can instantly void your warranty? Or failing to keep your receipts to prove you had the carpet professionally cleaned every 12 to 18 months? Even before the carpet is installed, if the flooring materials aren't given time to properly acclimate to your home's unique temperature and humidity, any future claim you make about warping, buckling, or failing adhesives will be denied right on the spot. So how do we guarantee our protection? You literally print out this step-by-step checklist and you hand it to your contractor before you sign a single document. 1. Demand a documented subfloor moisture test on concrete. 2. Get a written guarantee in ink that they will stretch the carpet using a power stretcher. 3. Plan and approve the seam placements yourself before a single cut is made. 4. Confirm all padding and adhesives are matched to the manufacturer's specs. And 5. This is the big one. Verify that their work strictly complies with CRI 104/105 standards. That is the Carpet and Rug Institute's gold standard. If your installer follows CRI standards, your warranty is absolutely ironclad.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative question. I want you to look closely at those estimates sitting on your kitchen table right now. Is the lowest quote actually a bargain? Or, knowing what you know now about knee kickers, mismatched materials, and instantly voided warranties, is it really just a massive, hidden bill waiting to come due in 3 years? Demand quality, protect your investment, and please, don't settle for a cheap temporary fix. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer.